Hello, and welcome to the final book talk within my historical fiction series. I hope that you are drinking coffee or tea like usual and ready to dive into this. So, today we're going to be talking about The Things We Cannot Say by Kelly Rimmer. And this is a historical fiction novel, and it's a whirlwind to say the least. And I feel like the cover does not do it justice. I mean, it's a beautiful cover, but I feel like it is kind of misleading in just different ways because it looks like another kind of like romance fling novel, but it's so much more than that. So, moving in here to The Things We Cannot Say, there is a lot that goes on, but a big part of it is the family life and what that is like, and some just very different, interesting themes that I have yet to encounter before. So, um, as it is with war, especially World War II, occupation and risk. However, this story is told between alternating narratives, so similar to Salt to the Sea in some ways, in that aspect, which I really enjoy. It helps the read go by a little bit faster and all of that. But one of the quotes that I love from the book is it says, "War breaks us down to nothing more than our most selfish will to survive. But when we rise above that instinct, miracles can still happen." So Kelly Rimmer has this way of really injecting hope within her characters in very like tangible, observable ways. So for example, we actually have a devout Catholic protagonist. So prayer is kind of a big element within this book. I mean, I wouldn't say it's everything, but it is an element. And that was kind of interesting and cool to just see someone dealing with the war through the eyes and lens of faith, because I have yet to encounter that within this series of books that I've read. But yeah, we have the elements of the Holocaust and silenced truth and many secrets, and also elements of resistance and sacrifice, and then finding our voice and what that means. So let's move on to the characters because they are the most complex part of this whole novel. But so good. And I don't want to spoil anything, so I kind of want to be careful here how I word things. But basically, there are a few characters that you should know about. And we have Alina and Tomas, and they are a young couple back who lived during World War II in Poland. And they are that alternating narrative, or they're a part of it. Their story is very prevalent. And then we have Alice, and Alice lives in Florida with her son, Eddie, and her gifted daughter. Her son Eddie is very like important, I think, for different aspects of how Alice lives her life. Alice is modern day time period. She lives in Florida with her two kids and her husband. And basically, her grandmother has a massive stroke, and because of that, she is sent on this kind of just wild adventure to figure out what her grandma's life was like during World War II as she had fled to Poland. So it's just all this intertwining of family life and of the past and the present, and how yeah, our ancestors past is important to our stories even today. And so I really loved that. And one quote that kind of sums that up from the book, it says, "But when there's love in a family, the fragments left behind from our shattered dreams can always be pulled together again, even even if the end result is a mosaic." So it's all around just so good. And yeah, there's just so much a part of it. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I think that this really should be on the top of your list if you are a historical fiction lover. And don't hesitate by the whole element of romance. It honestly just pulls you in deeper, and it's really not the main theme. As you'll see, Rimmer, she includes that, but she also just lets the power of truth really prevail through the romance and through the time periods, and that's really impressive to do. So again, the alternating narrative is awesome. And so yeah, I hope that you are able to read this sometime soon, and that you've enjoyed the series of these 5 books within the World War II era, and what historical fiction has to offer young adult readers. Yep.